guys, it's your boy Eli's What Ifs, and today we're going to be remastering part 1 of What If Naruto Was an Otsutsuki. Because part 1, you guys hear my ringtone and stuff, and there was a lot of things going on in the background. But without further ado, let's jump to the storyline. So on this storyline, Hagoromo, Hamura, and Kaguya are still alive. Kaguya is not sealed. Hagoromo didn't die. And all the tail beasts are on their planet. When they try to attack the villages, all the tail beasts are back on their planet. So Kaguya impregnates herself to have a third son, and she named him Naruto. So Minato and Kushina's sons, I'm gonna call him Karuto with a K, cause I don't know what else to call him. So Naruto and Karuto. Alright, bet everybody else are the same. In this timeline, Sasuke is gonna have the one Tomo Sharingan. And the massacre happens. That's why he gets the one Tomo. No, he's gonna have the two Tomo Sharingan. He gets the two Tomo Sharingan because he sees his parents get killed in front of him in a massacre. And this is, Naruto and Sasuke are being born on the same day in Karuto. Same day, same time, all of that. So it's kind of like they're twins, but they're not. So when Kaguya has Naruto, he's born with the Byakugan. And his skin is gray like Hagoromo. No, he just looked like how he looks on the screen. That's what Naruto looks like, but his hair is paley white, and his skin is like a little bit whiter. Let's see. I want to say like Sasuke color. His skin is Sasuke's color. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it. So we instantly do a time skip to when Naruto is about 4 years old, and his chakra has now developed fully, and now he can start training. So Otsutsuki's being really powerful and smart and stuff. Naruto knows how to walk, talk, run, and he starts his training. Kaguya starts training him. Naruto has a legendary work ethic like Rock Lee. So he trains as hard as Rock Lee. He even does some of the same trainings as Rock Lee. But at the age of 6, Naruto has a 4-pack. He's only 6 years old. I'm not gonna give him a 6-pack. At the age of 6, Naruto has a 4-pack. And he looks like how he looks on the screen. So his skin has changed from that white color to what it looks like right on this. But Hagoromo is planning to seal 4 of the tail beasts inside of Naruto. So, but he's waiting till when he turns 6. And the clothes that Naruto has on the screen, that's what he wears throughout the whole series. So just had to get that out there. So we're time skip to when Naruto is 6 years old and he's sleeping. Hagoromo decides to seal the 1st, the 4th, hold on guys, let me research. My bad guys, I had to look up what a couple of the tail beasts look like and stuff. Alright, bet, so now I got it. Naruto has the 1st tails, he has the 4th tails, he has the 5 tails, and he has the 9 tails. So the 6 tails is getting sealed inside of Karuto. The 7 tails goes to Fu. And just for this series, the 3 tails goes to Sasuke. So yeah, the 8 tails still goes to Killer Bee and all that stuff like that. So Killer Bee still has the 8 tails, you know what I'm saying? Everything's same. So when Naruto's 6 years old, he's mastered with all his tailed beasts. He's befriended the 4 tails and the 5 tails. He's mastered wind, lava, and lightning release. Just because he's an Otsutsuki. I'm just doing it just because he's an Otsutsuki. He's extremely smart. As smart as Itachi. Like, he's as smart as grown-up Itachi, and he's only a kid. No, he's as smart as young Itachi, and young Itachi was said to think he thought like in Hokage. So he's as smart as kid Itachi. He's as fast as second gate Rock Lee. He's only 6 years old, so he's as fast as second gate Rock Lee. And he's just super, super strong. So Kaguya sends him down to Earth to train at the academy. But just for this timeline, so when he goes to the academy, he sees Karuto and they instantly become friends. So when they become friends, every time he goes down to Earth, he just goes down there on random days sometimes. He starts training with Minato and Kushina. But we're going to get into that a little later. So the first day on the academy, Naruto aces all his quizzes, aces all his tests. So he's taking most of the attention from all of the girls. Sakura still being a Sasuke sim and Ino still being a Sasuke sim. But it's a girl in their class named Fu, and she's sort of getting a liking into Naruto, and Naruto's getting a liking into her. Yes, I'm doing a Fu X Naruto ship. Leave me alone. Okay, so they start sitting by each. So every day, on the first day they spar, like they're like on the end of the day, near the end of the day, it's sparring matches, and it's Naruto versus Karuto, Sasuke versus Fu. Fu knows how to tap into some of her tail beach chakra. Karuto knows how to tap into some of her tail beach chakra. And Naruto have mastered the knows how to master and tap into all of the tail beast chakras that he has. Well, the two that he's befriended at will. Because the first tails and the nine tails are stubborn and stuff. Yeah, but we're not going to get into that. So, with that being said, Naruto versus Karuto is a good battle. Naruto taps into his 5-tails chakra mode. Karuto taps into his 6-tail chakra mode, and they just go at it. So Naruto's bodying Karuto, but Karuto getting a few hits in, but Naruto is just bodying him. Naruto, when Karuto teleports, disappears from Naruto's vision, comes from behind him, Naruto is able to see this. So he ducks and wonders why he was able to see that, but then he notices that he's activated his Byakugan. And then he starts using the Hyuga style like Hamura taught him. So he hits 2 of Naruto's chakra points in his arms and 1 in his leg, making Karuto not be able to move, and Naruto win in the battle. Now Sasuke versus Fu. Sasuke has the 2-toe mode. Fu knows how to get 70% of her tail beast chakra. So she taps into all of that tail beast chakra, and she's so fast to the point where the 2-toe mode Sharingan can't keep up with her. So her and Sasuke are just going at it, going blow for blow, kick for kick. And then Fu automatically unlocks some more of her tail beast chakra, and that's when she starts going faster and faster and just starts beating up Sasuke. But in that moment, when she punches Sasuke into the ground, he unlocks his 3-toe mode Sharingan, being able to see her movements a little bit, but not as much as he could see Naruto's in canon. So him being able to see a little bit, he's able to dodge more of her attacks. But when she goes behind him, he can predict this with his Sharingan, but is not able to dodge it all the way because she hits too fast for him. So she beats Sasuke. Well, no, that's not what happened. So they still fighting, but so Sasuke gets an upper hand at some point and jumps off her shoulders. Well, it jumps off the back of her shoulders. Her turning around after he does this, he does some hand seals fast and blows a fireball at her. It hits her in her backs and knocks Fu's out for a couple seconds. She gets back up dizzy a little bit, and Sasuke runs at her. She gets back to herself, and she dodges the hit that Sasuke throws, sees an opening, and punches him in his back. Using a lot of her strength and punching him into the wall, making Sasuke cough up blood and pass out. So Fu wins that battle. Everything else just don't have to talk about that. So yeah. So Naruto goes home and trains with his brothers and with his mom for 5 hours, and then go trades with Kushina and Minato with Karuto for another 5 hours. He goes back home, trains for another 5 hours, and then goes to sleep. So basically he trains for 20 hours. So, because we're going to say they have 5 hours in class, he trained 5 hours with his brother and his mom, 5 hours with Minto and Kushina, and then got back and trained another 5 hours. So he trains 20 hours a day, only getting 4 hours, well, not 4 hours, getting about 6 hours of sleep. But that's fine with Naruto because he's been doing it since he was 4. So when Naruto gets up for class the next day, he wakes up when he gets done sleeping. He's always an hour early up. So he trains, so he gets himself ready. That takes 30 minutes, and then he trains for the next 30 minutes. Wiping the sweat off his face while he's going down to Konoha, to Earth, while he's going down to Earth. So when he gets to school, Iruka and Karuto ask him why he's sweating. He says, "Oh, just some training that I do." They say, "Well, okay, okay." Karuto says, "All right, bro, what you want to do today?" Naruto says, "I don't really know. What do you want to do?" Because they're still 6 years old at the time. So they say, "You want to ditch class?" Naruto's like, "What's ditching class?" Karuto says, "That's basically when you run out of the classroom without the teacher saying anything to you." Naruto, thinking this will be fine, he says, "Yeah." So that day, him, Naruto, Shikamaru, Karuto, and Choji all leave class that day. And they start painting on the Hokage's faces. Well, Karuto and Naruto start painting on the Hokage faces. They're painting all types of stuff, calling them, like, just drawing stupid stuff on there. And when some random Leaf Shinobi walk past and see this, they go and tell the Hokage. The Hokage sends Kakashi and Guy to go get them down from the Hokage's faces. Kakashi and Guy instantly pop up, grab Naruto and Karuto, and jump down from the Hokage faces. And Kakashi asks Naruto where's his parents. Naruto says, "I can't tell you that, Kakashi, because you wouldn't believe me." Kakashi says, "Tell me who your parents are." Naruto says, "Kakashi, I can't. You won't believe me." Kakashi says, "Whatever, kid, just go home." And they take Karuto home. Kushina smacks Karuto in the back of his head with a pan. And when Naruto goes home, he gets smacked in the back of his head with Kaguya's hand. So they both do the exact same thing. Like, they not together, but like they do the exact same thing. Scratch their head where they got hit at and walk upstairs to their room. So an hour later, Kaguya tells Naruto to come outside for training. Naruto says, "Mom, why'd you hit me?" She says, "Because you ditched class." Naruto says, "But it was fun." She said, "Don't ever do that again." So they go outside and they train all day. Naruto is exhausted at this point. He says, "Mom, can we please stop? This is his punishment." She says, "No, this is your punishment. You will train all day non-stop." Naruto says, "Okay." Build some chakra up and then they train for a whole 20 hours. All types of jutsu, taijutsu matches, and everything. He has to fight Hamura and Hagoromo, all of that. So after 20 hours, they tell Naruto he can go inside, and he goes to sleep. Longer than 6 hours this time. He goes to sleep. Well, not really that long. He goes to sleep for like 6 hours and 30 minutes. An extra 30 minutes, which is kind of a long time to him because he's used to waking up early. So he only has 30 minutes to get ready, which is exactly what he does. Doesn't have time to get any training in, so he goes to the academy. And so when he goes to the academy, we're just going to do a time skip to when he's about 13 years old. When he's going to the academy, I already said that he's mastered lava, wind, and I believe I said lightning. So we're going to say he's mastered fire, and we're going to give him ice release. So he's mastered 5. He's mastered 5 chakra natures plus the ice release Kekkei Genkai. The ice release Kekkei Genkai. So he's mastered 4 chakra natures and an ice release Kekkei Genkai. Well, really only 3 chakra natures, cause hold on, I think I said lava, wind, lightning, fire, and ice. So lava. So he really only mastered 3. wind, lightning, and fire. Because lava comes from his tail beast, and ice is like a Kekkei Genkai. But we're just going to forget about all that. So when Naruto goes to the academy at 13 years old, he's more mature, and he got a little taller, and now he has a six-pack. So him and Fu has still been talking. They're dating now. So yeah. So on the ending exams, instead of Karuto having to take the scroll, well, no, I'm not gonna change that. Even though Minato and Kushina are still alive, I'm not gonna change that. So he still takes the scrolls from the Hokage office, but Naruto follows him because he wanted to know what it was. So they both read half of the scroll, learn half of the jutsus. Then Mizuki pops up. They body Mizuki with ease, overpowering him, bodies him with ease. And then they sense a high chakra coming towards him, which is the Hokage, because he noticed that the scroll is gone. So one of the techniques that they learn from there is body flicker. So they can press their chakra and body flicker to the Hokage office, setting the scrolls down and going back to school right on time before anyone noticed. So they walk in class and Iruka says, "As you guys know, it is time for the finals exam." Everyone says, "Yeah," and gets all happy and stuff. Iruka says, "Well, Karuto, you're up first. Show me a clone jutsu." Karuto summons 100 shadow clones. Iruka says, "Where'd you learn that technique?" Karuto says, "I can't tell you, Mr. Iruka. Just know I'm probably one of the strongest kids in this classroom." Iruka, believing him, gives him the headband. He next calls up Naruto Otsutsuki. Naruto walks out there, summons 150 shadow clones. Iruka says, You learned that technique too?" Naruto says, "Yep, I'm the strongest one in here." Sasuke scoffs at that. Naruto says, "Yeah, well, Sasuke, I'd like to see you summon shadow clones." Sasuke not knowing how to summon shadow clones, and he didn't activate his Sharingan when they was doing the Shadow Clone Jutsu, so he just does a regular clone. Naruto says, "I told you I was the strongest." So Naruto making fun of Sasuke. Sasuke getting a little angry, activates his Sharingan. Naruto says, "What, you want to fight me, little kid?" He activates his Byakugan. And then they're about to run. Sasuke shoots a fireball jutsu, and Naruto shoots one of his own. Right before they finish the hand signs, Iruka smacks both of their hands down. He says, "There will be no fighting in this classroom." They say, "All right, I'll see you outside, Sasuke." And he says, "I'll see you outside, Naruto." So Iruka says, "Since you guys passed, you guys have 1 month out of school, then you guys have to get assigned to teams." So right after that day, Naruto and Sasuke go outside. So Sasuke thinking he not knowing how big Naruto's fireball would be, he thinks that his will easily overpower his because he's an Uchiha. Naruto summons Naruto, so they both have a fireball battle. Naruto does a fireball jutsu that's bigger than Sasuke's, and instead of it exploding, it eats Sasuke's up and keeps going towards Sasuke and hits him. Basically seeing that was kind of like a combined attack. That was basically a combined attack. Sasuke noticed this and wondered what this is. Since his Sharingan is activated in that battle, he knows how to shoot. So he knows how to shoot a bigger fireball, but not as big as Naruto because he doesn't have that much chakra yet. But Sasuke does have like the same amount that he has in canon, like the same amount that Uchiha will have at 13 years old. So yeah, Naruto wins that battle. He goes home, and one day out of every month, he trains. One day with Kaguya, trains one day with Minato. One day with Kaguya, one day with Minato. Minato teaches him Rasengan and teaches him flying Raijin and stuff like that, which he already knew from the scroll, but he doesn't say anything. Kaguya teaches him that little jutsu that she does, where I think it's a bunch of lions come out of her hands and start biting at you. He learns that jutsu. I honestly don't know what it's called, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, he learns that jutsu, and I'm gonna say that now, since he got more powerful, he just floats now on his own. Like, he don't have to use any chakra for it or anything. He just floats. And that's a sign of him getting more powerful. So, in this month time skip, Hagoromo teaches him Sage Mode. And his Sage Mode looks like how you see on the... No, his Sage Mode is not a Toad Sage Mode. His Sage Mode is like a black flames bird, like a black phoenix. The hottest type of fire. It's like a toad. It's like... So, it's kind of like... So, he has two summons. Like, he can't do one. Like, he has two summons. It's a firebird and a toad. So, when they mix together, he has, like, perfect Toad Sage. And he has the kind of, like, black Sage Mode that Hashirama has. But it's black. So, he has black Toad Sage like he does on the screen. And then he has the black Sage Mode like Hashirama does. So, he has both of those combined. And Naruto in his timeline, he ends up, since he's in Otsutsuki, he ends up gaining, I want to say, one of his eyes turns into a 3-tomo Sharingan during this month. Minato asks him about this. Naruto says, it's just in my genes, because he don't want to tell anyone he's in Otsutsuki. So Minato says, very interesting. So when him and Naruto battle, Minato wins every single time. It's Minato. Come on now. Do I have to speak? Like, do I even have to say anything? Yellow Flash. That's who we're talking about here. Okay. So him and Naruto spar. He tries to Flying Raijin Naruto. Naruto dodges, because he's used to him doing this attack every single time. So Minato blitzes Naruto and then just punches him in the face. Naruto goes flying into a tree and passes out. Then he fights Karuto. Karuto taps into his tail beast chakra in like a rage because Minato is beating him. So Minato has only hit him one time, but Karuto swore that he wouldn't get hit by Minato at all. So when he sees that he's tapping into his tail beast chakra off rage, he instantly hits him with a Flying Raijin and knocks him out. Therefore making Minato win. Minato bragging, he says, you guys didn't even make me break a sweat, even though he's sweating bullets. Because after he got done with that, he fought both of them but still won. So he's sweating bullets. He says, you guys didn't even make me break a sweat, breathing hard, sweating bullets as all of them are. So Naruto goes back home. Karuto goes in the house because it's nighttime now. And yeah, in that whole month, that's what happens. So in that month, they go back to the academy for the last time. And Iruka says, well, it's time to assign teams. And yes, Naruto knows how to deactivate his Sharingan and make both of his eyes turn back to his Byakugan form. So yeah, don't worry. Sasuke, you don't have to hear Sasuke's mouth so awesome. How do you have that dojutsu? No, you don't gotta worry about that. Until later on, but yeah, we're not there yet. So Naruto says, yes, I can't wait to see who my sensei is. So all the other teams are the same in canon. Well, not all teams. But yes, most of the teams are the same in canon until we get to Team Guy and Team Kakashi. Team Kakashi consists of Naruto, Fu, and I would say Sasuke, but then that's a 3-tailed beast squad and that's overpowered. So I'm gonna just say Shikamaru. And then Team Guy consists of Karuto, Sasuke, and Gaara. We're just gonna say Gaara is a Leaf Ninja just because, and Gaara. Killer Bee don't get the 8 tails, Gaara does. I just want to say, I'm sorry. I have to give it to my man. Like, come on now. I can't leave Gaara out from not having a tail beast. Like, it's just not in my heart. I can't do it. But, yeah. So when teams get assigned, they go on these little small missions that they really don't want to do. Until one day, they in the Hokage's office say he's assigned to a mission, and he's about to assign to a mission. Naruto speaks up. He says, Mr. Hokage, no mean to disrespect you, but can you give us a higher ranked mission? I'm tired of all these D-ranked missions. They're just too easy. I feel like we could take on a B rank or even an A rank mission. Fu blushes at this, seeing how confident Naruto is. And And then Shikamaru, he just says, "What a drag," like always. So Naruto, so the Hokage says yes and sends them and tells them that they have to guard the bridge builder Tazuna. So when they're walking, I'm just gonna skip up to this. When they're like, no, I'm not gonna skip yet. Tazuna thinks about insulting him, but then he just feels Naruto's menacing chakra and just says no, he's not gonna do it. So they're walking around, he's drinking his beer and walking, and Naruto, Kakashi, Fu, and Shikamaru notice the puddle. They all do. So when they see the puddle, they instantly know that something's up, like it's some type of jutsu. So they walk and act like they didn't see anything, and as soon as the Demon Brothers pop out, Fu and Naruto turn around and punch the Demon Brothers in their face at the exact same time. Then they both jump towards them and punch them again and just start punching until the Demon Brothers start bleeding out of their faces and got a big fat eye, just a big fat black eye. One side of their face is swollen, the other side got black eyes. They bleeding out of their mouths, their nose. That's how badly Naruto and Fu beat them. So the Demon Brothers, so what Kakashi does is he wraps the Demon Brothers up and instant transmission. Well, not instant transmission. I'm so stupid. This is not Dragon Ball. So I'm just gonna give Kakashi the Mangekyo. I don't care what you gotta say, cause I don't feel like making Kakashi body flicker or anything. So Kakashi Kamui's to the Hokage office, puts the Demon Brothers down, and Kamui's back before Hiruzen can even say anything. So they continue with their mission, and so when they continue, Naruto senses something big and fast coming towards them. He tells everyone to duck. Everyone ducks. So when they duck and mist clears up, they see that it is Zabuza. Naruto instantly activates. He activates his Byakugan, but then putting the Sharingan in his other eye and activating it. Sasuke wants to say something, but he can't right now because not Sasuke. Fu wants to ask questions, but she's not right now because she know they're finna face a strong enemy. Kakashi, when they're about to fight, instead of telling them to stay back, he tells them to go instead of himself. So he knows how strong Naruto is. That's the only reason he's putting them in this position. So Naruto and Fu tap into their tail beast chakra and go up to Zabuza. Zabuza tries to hit Naruto with a sword, but Naruto catches it with his hands and melts a whole part of his sword off. When he melts his sword off, he just starts punching at Zabuza and punching him, burning his skin with every hit, melting his clothes, burning his skin every single hit. Zabuza is just screaming with bruises and burnt marks all over his body, just screaming in pain. He just keeps pounding Zabuza. He just shows anger in his eyes for some reason, just pounding Zabuza, pounding him. And then he brings up this last hit, puts all his chakra into his hand, it punches Zabuza through his chest, killing Zabuza in an instant. He comes out of his tail beast chakra mode and passes out because he just was beating Zabuza for a very long time. So they asked Tazuna, does he have somewhere for them to stay for the night? And he says, yeah. So in the morning, Kakashi tells him the walking up the tree training or chakra control training. Fu masters it in a couple hours. Naruto masters it instantly, and it still takes Sasuke to say. And then Shikamaru masters it easily. I forgot I put Shikamaru on the squad. I keep saying Sasuke. So if y'all hear someone screaming, that's my brother. He's raging, but forget all that. So after that happens. Well, no, Haku still does the Senbon thing. My bad, guys. Haku does the Senbon thing right before Naruto does that finishing blow. And she says, I am a hunting ninja from the hidden village in the mist. And then they say, I know I did something like this in the first part, but I'm sorry, guys. And they say, whatever. So Naruto keeps walking. He knows that Zabuza's not dead, but he plans on fighting. Haku, so he just acts like he doesn't know. And that's when they do the training and stuff. And then when he's almost done with the bridge, they see Zabuza. About a week later, when they're almost done with the bridge, they see Zabuza and Haku. Naruto says, I knew he wasn't dead. And he gets ready to fight, goes into his Four Tails chakra mode. And instead of like Sasuke getting stuck inside the crystal ice mirrors, it's Fu. I just wanted to get that out the way. And Fu knows how to tap into all of her Tail Beast chakra now. So yeah. So Naruto taps into his armor mode, and nobody's gonna get stuck in the crystal ice mirrors. Naruto is gonna go into his mind state, and he's gonna ask for the Nine Tails power. The Nine Tails says no, but Shikaku tells him that he'll lend him all of his power because he's gonna have to 2-on-1 them. So he activates this KCM cloak that's like a mixture of the first Tails, the fourth Tails, and the sixth Tails. Let me see if I can find a picture to pull it up for y'all. Hold on. Yes, this is a picture off Google, but this is what Naruto aura looks like with all of those Tail Beast chakra modes. I know it's not something that you would expect, but I just wanted to look like this because I think it will look cool. So, yeah. So when Naruto taps into that mode, he has to fight. He's gonna fight Haku, and he's gonna fight Zabuza at the exact same time. So he bodies. Well, I'm not gonna say bodies, but he beats up Zabuza, having him on the ground passed out for a while so he can handle Haku. So when he's fighting Haku sees that she can't beat Naruto. She can't beat Naruto with just taijutsu, so she uses the crystal ice mirrors. Naruto looks at this, and with his Sharingan and his Byakugan, he could tell which one is the real Haku. So with his speed, he body flickers to the real Haku's mirror and punches the mirror, shattering it and knocking Haku out of the mirror, also knocking her out. So he takes off that chakra mode and taps to his Boil chakra and punches Haku in her face. His face. Basically burning half of his face off and putting him in a near death state. He does the same thing to Zabuza, but he actually kills him because he put too much force in his punch. So now he kills Zabuza. He says, why should these peasants even live trying to kill an innocent man? So he creates a lava-style Rasengan and shoves it through Haku's chest. Kakashi is surprised by this, seeing that he just bodied two near Hokage level fighters. Well, not Haku, she's like high Jonin level, but near Hokage level fighters and one high Jonin level fighter, making Naruto Kage level. So Kakashi sees this and knows that he's gonna sign them up for the Chunin exams, knowing how strong Fu is, knowing how smart Shikamaru is, and all that. So yeah, and he also can help Shikamaru with his Shadow Possession Jutsu because he copied it with his Sharingan, so he could. And you know, with the Sharingan, he kind of like masters it instantly, so he can help Shikamaru with it. So when he does this, so Shikamaru, so we're gonna do a time skip to when it's time for the Chunin exams, and I don't even have to mention the fight with Gado's men and stuff, cause Kakashi, Naruto, Fu, and Shikamaru just have fun in that fight. Like they don't even get touched. Like come on now. So yeah, Shikamaru doesn't even have to use shadow possession because like he's just that good at taijutsu because he's been training with Kakashi. So he's better at taijutsu, and he's not as lazy as he is in canon, but he's still lazy. And yes, he still has the water drag. He still says that. So we're gonna do a time skip to when it's time for the Chunin exams, and all the Chunin are getting ready. Naruto, knowing that he just finna crush it, really doesn't even care. Like, he just knows he's gonna be a Chunin. And the Konoha Crush, let's just say this. When that happens, matter of fact, I ain't even gonna say anything. I ain't even gonna say nothing. Alright. So Naruto in the first round still fights Kiba and everything goes like in canon. So Sasuke still fights that dude, but instead of Sakura fighting Ino, Fu's gonna fight Sakura. I don't know what team Sakura's on. I honestly don't care. I'm just put her on team 9. And whoever was the female on team 9, get her out of here, put her on a different team. So yeah. So Naruto bodies Kiba with ease. Shikamaru still fights whoever he fought. Yeah, that sound ninja girl that he fought. And yes, I'm skipping the Forest of Death because they body Orochimaru. No question. Shouldn't even be a question. Like I said, Naruto is Kage level. He's easily bodying. You know what I'm saying? Minato is the 4th Hokage at the time. Forgot to mention that. Minato's still the 4th Hokage. Forgot to mention that. Whew. So, yeah. Naruto. So, Naruto bodies Kiba. Sasuke bodies that dude because he has a tail beast now. Yeah, I gave him the 3 tails, didn't I? Yeah, and I gave Naruto the 5 tails. I bet I had to remember. Fu bodies Sakura. The Gaara and Rock Lee fight. I wanna make Rock Lee win. But like, bro, I don't care what y'all gotta say. Rock Lee winning, bro. Rock Lee is gonna win. He's not gonna close his eyes this time from the pain. He gonna take it like a G. He gonna kick Gaara butt. Finish him off with that primary Lotus. Ain't no sand. Nah, none of that. He finished him off with that primary Lotus. Tamari and Kankuro being surprised, knowing Gaara finna get crazy. But when they see Gaara about to go into his... Well, Gaara don't have a tail beast, so I don't have to worry. Yeah, I did give Gaara a tail beast, the 8 tails. So when they see Gaara about to go into his tail beast mode, Naruto activates his tail beast mode and jumps down there. And he chops Gaara in the back of his neck, making him pass out. And instead of him just passing out, he actually falls asleep. And since Naruto is in Otsutsuki, and he know, and Hagoromo had told him that there's a kid there with a red seal on his forehead, and it's not sealed all the way. And Hagoromo asked Naruto to seal it fully for him. So Naruto tightens the seal. Gaara sleeps for like 2 days straight. So the Konoha crush doesn't happen because Orochimaru is shook. So finally we could get a peaceful Chunin exam. So in the second round, Naruto has to fight Rock Lee. Sasuke has to fight Karuto. And Shikamaru fights Tamari still. So Naruto and Rock Lee's fight is actually a pretty decent fight. They started out with taijutsu only Naruto and Rock Lee. Naruto being a little faster than Rock Lee. Like Rock Lee in his base form is not faster than Naruto. Naruto is a little bit faster than I think Rock Lee could go maximum 6 gate. So Naruto is a little bit faster than 6 gate Rock Lee. So Rock Lee not being able to keep up with the speed and not having enough time to go into his 8 inner gates mode, he gets beat up. So Naruto just walks into the stands and sits down, waiting for the next fight. The next fight this is gonna be a good one. Karuto versus Sasuke. Now, the massacre still happened and all that stuff. So yeah, I was gonna change some up drastically, but no, I'm good on that. I'll just wait to change it up drastically on a different part. But this part is still gonna be super long. I don't know if you guys like videos like that. Let me know and I'll try to make them shorter. But yeah. So Naruto walks up into the stands, and then Karuto and Sasuke has to fight. Sasuke instantly activates his 3 Tomo Sharingan, and Karuto instantly goes into his KCM cloak kind of mode. Sasuke doesn't know how to tap into the Tail Beast chakra all the way yet, so he knows how to tap into 30% of it. So he goes to 30%. Karuto goes full KCM maximum cloak type mode, stuff like that. So this fight is a good one, but Karuto is still a little faster than the Sharingan can keep up with, just because he's going to that full KCM type mode thing. So it's kind of it's kind of a fair fight. Y'all guys let me know if y'all think this was a fair fight. But yeah. So on that fight, Karuto just starts punching up Sasuke, starts punching him into the air, and does a Uzumaki barrage on him. So he continues to kick Sasuke. Sasuke being able to dodge a few of these and jumps back, unleashes a fireball jutsu that was bigger than last time. And Naruto sees that he copied him, so Naruto's like, whatever. So Sasuke shoots it at Naruto. Naruto dodges and jumps at and does the flying Raijin on Sasuke. Sasuke, not knowing what this wasn't expecting Naruto to appear behind him. He thought Naruto just threw a shuriken at him. So Naruto throws the shuriken. Sasuke dodges in perfect position for Naruto. Naruto teleports to the kunai and shoves a full 100% with QB Chakra Rasengan. Sasuke's back. And Sasuke's back, just completely bodying him. Yes, I am leaving you guys on a cliffhanger. This is the end of the video. Love you guys. See you guys on the next part. Peace.